you are.
I can make this one for
I can make that one too. So coming into the game tonight, he had 2,595 threes. He got to 2,600 early in the game, and now obviously he's gone to 2,606. So 11 tonight, Monty. He's still about 400 away from Ray Allen, so he's not going to get it this year. But I think some point middle of the year or 2/3 of the way into the year next year is when we're looking at if he stays healthy.
Yeah, you know, I joked that tonight, you know, the way he was shooting, he might he'll get Clay's record tonight and get to Ray next week maybe. Because, I mean, he's at 368 to get to Ray, and it's going to be next year sometime if he stays healthy, because he's going to be averaging 5 to 6 to 7 threes a game. And right now, that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, the thing this year, you're not going to play 82 games.
Right.
You're going to play 72. But the key thing is he's played every single game. He hasn't missed a game all year, which is great.
Yeah, he's showing his endurance. He's showing that he's in tip-top shape. You can see it in his body. He looks like he's wiry, strong now. He's, you know, in great shape. So he's definitely going to be able to get there.
You know, Brandon Payne was talking about how good he'd be this year physically and how much he'd done in the offseason. You're seeing it.
Accelerate Basketball, Charlotte, North Carolina. If you're watching, Brandon, we're thinking of you. We always do. So we're giddy over Steph's show tonight, but they did lose the basketball.
They didn't match that energy at first. As the quarter went on, they got a little bit better and they closed it up. I think they were down by 4 at the end of the quarter, so it was a game again.
Yeah, I thought they did a better job once, you know, everybody got going. But like you said, Monty, they could not match their energy at the beginning. And that comes from being the Bears on their home court and their coach, you know, holding them accountable. So they came out looking like they were ready to play some basketball tonight.
Yeah, so you're down 18-2 in the first 5 minutes of the game. And then Steve is typically bringing in Michael Mulder, Damian Lee, and Kent Bazemore about midway through that first quarter. And it was Bazemore. Steph had 11 in the first quarter. Bazemore actually outscored him in the first quarter, D-Wright. He had 12 in the first quarter on his way to a 20-point game.
Yeah, Baze had a great game tonight. He was that spark plug off the bench. He was doing it all kind of ways, on the defensive end, cutting to the basket, knocking down open threes, and just being Baze, you know, bringing that energy. I thought he did a great job, and I thought everybody else followed his lead once they saw him out there bringing that energy.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. They didn't match the energy. Baze came in, he started matching the energy because Baze brought the energy. So, and you know, I think he played a really good game. He made one mistake the whole game, and that was the bad three-point shot foul that gave him three free throws. But other than that, he played a terrific game.
Yeah, they got to do something about that action, though, where you get a guy up in the air and you jump into his armpit. We saw that twice. Yes. Right? Mully's not here. He was great at it. He did it his entire career. That is the rule, though. Yeah. If the defender jumps in the air, you can jump into him, but they got a couple of those tonight.
There's been some instances this year, though, that I've seen where the offensive player jumps into the defensive player and he gets the offensive foul. And so I thought, oh, maybe they're changing. Maybe it depends on the ref. I think it was Jason Tatum the other night. He jumped into somebody, offensive foul.
I think they need to just do a better job of drawing a line, because, you know, a few of those, Doncic kind of leaned into him, and it's kind of questionable, but it's part of the game. You just got to be a little more disciplined when guys are going up for their shot, try to contest late and be the second man off the floor once those guys go up for their shot.
All right, so in the end, the Warriors wind up losing tonight 134-132 as Steph goes for 57 and Luka Doncic goes for 42. For the Dallas Mavericks, Warriors shot 54% from the floor. They were 20 of 45 on the three ball, led by Steph's 11 of 19. They made 20 of 23 free throws. Dallas made 25 of 30, but your point, Monty, the Mavericks out-rebounded the Warriors 47-40, and they had 15 more offensive rebounds tonight, and on second chance points, Dallas won that at 17-8. So let's get a reaction right now from the head coach, Steve Kerr. Steph goes off, but in the end, the Warriors lose by 2.
You described Steph's night, Steve.
Sublime. It was ridiculous, the shots he was hitting, the degree of difficulty. I don't think you deserve a foul when all you're doing is looking for the foul. You know, I think the league has done a great job with you know, helping find a really good place for the offensive players to shine, the athleticism to be on display for our fans. But we've gotten out of control with sort of gifting offensive players the ability to deceive the refs or to grab or whatever and jump 3 feet, 4 feet into a guy and draw a foul. We have to give the defensive player some benefits of the doubt, and but it's just the officials have to call it. That's the way the league dictates that they call it. So I have no problem with the officials.
I think we have a topic to write on Monday when Mully comes back. I saw him do that once or twice or 2,000 times. Congratulations,
Yes,
Coach.
sir.
Tom Flores.
He's never played better. We're talking about a 2-time MVP, 3-time champion. I've never seen him like this. He just looks so strong to me. He's always obviously been an incredible shooter, but he looks stronger to me, just getting by people, fending them off on drives to the rim, finishing. And of course, the shot making is, it's almost unfathomable what he's doing out there.
Does that make the loss sting more when he has a game like tonight, 57? I mean, like a loss is a loss, but when you kind of, essentially waste a performance.
Well, I think, a loss stings regardless. I think, a night like that, you just want Steph to be able to celebrate with his teammates. And if you win, obviously, everybody's joyous in the locker room. The flight to San Antonio is amazing. Everybody's on cloud 9, but you lose the game and you don't get to celebrate, and that's the way it goes.
What to you was the reason why you guys couldn't capitalize on that performance?
I'm sorry?
Why do you think you guys ended up losing that game despite the performance from Curry?
Well, I thought Dallas played a hell of a game. They came out ready. They jumped us early. And I don't think we lost the game. I think Dallas won the game. Our guys fought, competed the entire way. I love coaching these guys. They're really amazing. They're competitors and they're pulling for each other and it's so much fun coaching this team. And that game was so much fun. Obviously, we hated to lose it, but it wasn't because of what we did or did not do. It was just because Dallas made the shots, made the plays, and they earned it.
Did you think about fouling on that, I guess with like 25 seconds left or so? And then did you not like the double that happened that led to the backbreaking 3?
We did not think at all about fouling. I think there was a 4-second differential and we had a timeout left. So there was no thought to fouling. I'm going to have to see the play on tape to give you an assessment on the defense. But give Kleber credit. He hit a big shot. We got the ball out of Luka's hands and Maxey made the shot and you just got to hand it to him.
What's so difficult about
the NBC Bay Area? So you just kind of mentioned it, but going back to like that Boston game in crunch time, you guys gave up some rebounds, turnovers, and plays, didn't make the plays. In this game, they just hit the big shots. So is that kind of the positive you'll build off of?
Yeah, I thought we played pretty well down the stretch. We hit shots. We got a couple of stops when we needed them. We had a great steal from Bays when we had to trap them and got the ball back. So we did some really good things down the stretch. But Dallas made the plays, and they, like I said, they earned it.
Do you have any thoughts on some of the fouls on Doncic? And I'm particularly talking about the lean in
I don't fault the officials for making those calls. I fault the league for basically gifting those calls to all of our players, and our guys get them too. To me, it's not a basketball play. If you
One of the Packers is going in, and congratulations to the 49ers general manager John Lynch, first with Tampa Bay. I think they're playing in a reasonably big game tomorrow, and then later with Denver. So congratulations to them all. Alan Faneca also made it, and Calvin Johnson, Megatron, a first ballot Hall of Famer. But Monty, for Bay Area ties, and I think Peyton Manning's going to make it as well.
Yeah.
He made it. And John Lynch, congratulations. He waited a long time, but you're going to talk to him on Race in America coming up on Thursday. This means so much to Coach, and it means so much to the Bay Area, and it means just so much to, I think, all of us that have had a time to spend with him.
Yeah, I mean, he should have been in years ago. And I think what hurt him was that association with Al. If you're Al Davis's coach in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, people look at it, Al's doing things over there. The coach is just a guy. And it took Madden a while to get in. He got in, and deservedly so. But I think Tom Flores should have been in 10, 15 years ago, because he is still one of the rare guys to do what he's done, to win 2 Super Bowls, win Super Bowls as a player and as a coach. And he did it his way, understated, calm, and just made sure that his guys played good football.
There's no doubt. Coach Madden waited a long time. He stopped coaching in the late 70s. He did not go in until 2006. So the Al shadow, I think, was hovering over him as well. But for Coach Flores, and I worked with him on Raiders radio for 21 years.
Wow.
And we actually knew about a week and a half ago that he was going to go. Because of the pandemic, they did the vote earlier, and they notified him. But he waited so long. Just a great moment for him. The Hall of Fame, Darrell, in any sport is obviously the pinnacle. We were watching a bunch of Hall of Famers tonight. I think Steve Kerr will go one day, Steph will go, Clay will go, Draymond will go, but it's just the ultimate moment in someone's career, and he did it, as Monty said, as a player, an assistant coach, and as a head coach. So great honor.
Great honor. To put those initials, HOF, by your name is always cool.
Yeah, they kind of up the autograph.
The first ballot guy from the Raiders was pretty good, too.
Charles Woodson.
Oh, yeah.
Even though his best on-field playing success as far as Defensive Player of the Year was as a Packer. So, but Charles Woodson is a great Raider.
When he came back to the Raiders, though, he was a leader. Yes, he was a leader on that team.
All right, our storyline tonight, Terrell, was the Warriors and what they would score, and the over-under number was 113 and a half. They got it easily. So you score 132 points and lose, and Steph goes for 57. So how do you wrap your brain around the game tonight?
Man, you know what? They can't hold their head, because being short-manded out there, I think they came out, they played a great game. They took all the punches that Dallas gave them, even the runs they made. They never panicked, and they got it done. So I knew, just because of the 147 and knowing how Dallas defends, they would be able to get that with ease.
Yeah, it really, I thought, the Warriors, look at the stats, and you see that the Warriors took 10 more shots. 10 fewer shots.
Yeah.
And they made 2 more shots. So they were more efficient, but Dallas had more shots. And when you have more shots, especially the second chance shots and the free throws, in a shootout, you're going to win the game.
96 shots for them, 86 for the Warriors. And they had 7 more free throw attempts and made 5 more free throws. They wound up winning the game by just 2 points. So that's the difference in the game. So Steph, obviously the headliner with 57. Andrew Wiggins, after a slow start, got rolling tonight. He had 22 points as well. But Kent Bazemore winds up as the third Warrior to score 20 or more. He had 12 in the first quarter and wound up exactly with 20. Let's get reaction right now. Back to Dallas from Bays.
Hey, Kent, what's your thought when Steph Curry pulls up from the logo there for that three-pointer in the third quarter?
The best player in basketball right now. And it's unreal. Man, Brad Wanamaker now on the bench is cracking up. It's just how, first of all, fortunate we are to see that, and then two, how it's just like so effortless. I worked out with him before the game, so I see him out there fooling around. But when you're in the heat of it, and the guys has no conscience, just pull from 40 feet. It's amazing. It's amazing. You got to be there.
Did you maybe have a sense before the game that you might have a night like this?
Every night he steps out there, you got to expect it. guys, his preparation is top notch. I learned a lot from him, since I've been back. Just how he prepares his mind and body, and he just loves being out there again. He missed 98% of last season, and he's just happy to be back out there competing at a high level and playing a game that he loves.
Steve said he thought this is the best he's ever seen Steph. I mean, obviously he's a guy who's won a couple MVPs, one unanimous. Is this the best you've ever seen him?
I mean, that's a loaded question. I mean, you just gotta look at the body of work. I mean, I think that speaks for itself. What he's been able to do over the last 12 seasons. His growth from rookie to 3 championships, a couple of MVPs. I mean, his body of work it speaks for itself, and it doesn't look like he's slowing down at all. I think he's starting to play from an even higher place in between the ears, and he's seeing the game a little bit differently. And with so many new bodies and new faces on the team, he's still found a way to still show up, and every team knows that Steph is going to get whatever he wants. And I just think it's remarkable to for him to come back. I mean, tonight, I don't even know how many. I think he had 57. I mean, come on, man. It's crazy. The team scored that in the half.
When he does score 57, you guys lose. I mean, does that sting more than even like a normal loss?
No, tonight was fun, man. We obviously we didn't get the result that we wanted, but I think from a standpoint of continuing to battle after they came out and punched us early, getting it back to within 6 at the end of the first, 8 at halftime, and just continue to fight. I mean, we knew they were going to come out, with a sense of urgency after what we did to them last game, and they just kind of sustained it, all night. Obviously, the ball bounces a couple ways, different way here and there, and it's a totally different game. But we gave ourselves a chance all the way down there to the end, having the poise and not to foul, and give ourselves a chance there at the end. And like Draymond said, come playoff, we're preparing for the playoffs. Come playoff time, you can't let Luka Doncic beat you. And you got to give Max Kleber, credit for knocking down that shot. But, come playoff time, that's totally different pressure on that shot. So we did what we wanted to do, get the ball out of his hands and make somebody else beat us.
Let's take you around the NBA. 76ers hosting the Nets with a change. Joel Embiid will hit the 3. He went for 33 points and 9 rebounds tonight. Third quarter, Nets down 6. James Harden's usage rate's going to go up tonight without KD and Kyrie. He went for 26, 10 assists, 8 rebounds. Late in the third, Ben Simmons with the steal. He'll take it all the way for the Jam. Ben had 16 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists as Philadelphia wins 124 to 108. But the story, and Kyrie Irving did not play, but it's Kevin Durant with COVID protocols, Monty, after what we saw last night, where he was not allowed to start the game. First time he ever played off the bench in his career. Then he was allowed to enter the game, but then third quarter they come tap him on the bench and say, close contact, you're not going to be able to play the rest of the game. So the Warriors are going to host Brooklyn next Saturday night. Will Durant be able to play, do you think?
He should be cleared by then. Again, he has to go through 6 days of testing, and if he gets through those 6 days, which presumably he will be cleared and eligible to play on next Saturday's game against the Warriors. And, God, I want to see him play. He's having an MVP type year. He's killing it out there. So you hate to see this happen. It's going to hurt the Nets, obviously. Hurt him tonight. But by next Saturday, he should be back in the lineup.
And I'm with you, Monty. Being a basketball fan, I want to see him out there as well. But it's so strange. It's just a different season this year. Hopefully he, is safe and sound and don't track anything. So he'll get back out there, and I definitely want to see him out there Monday.
Yeah, after the NBA did such a great job in the bubble, everybody said, it's the way you should do it,
Yeah.
And this year, they've canceled, more than a couple dozen games, and you've had situations where, teams have been shorthanded because they didn't have enough
Dallas
players.
Mavericks, a big
Yeah.
reason why they're 4 games under 500. 3 of their starters were out 9, 10, 11 games. And Kevin Durant's already had the virus once.
Yes.
So he's battling through it. It's just COVID protocols. But it lends to the bigger issue because it looks like the NBA and the Players Association, Michelle Roberts, D-Wright, have come to an agreement in principle to play the All-Star game this year. March the 7th, Atlanta. They're going to have a skills competition around. It'll be 1 day only. But it's not going to be like a normal All-Star game. Everyone's going to fly in, hole up in their rooms, go out and play. And a lot of pushback from the biggest stars in the game. LeBron James wants no part of it. Giannis, no part of it. De'Aaron Fox, the young star in Sacramento, said it's stupid. If you were playing in the NBA and you're honored enough to make the All-Star team, would you want to play an All-Star game in the middle of a pandemic?
No, I definitely wouldn't. But I think the NBA needs to listen to their players. That's why the NBA is who they are and the best leader in the world, because they listen to the players. And I think at some point they'll come all together and get some type of agreement where they cancel it and just get ready for the next one next year.
There's a lot of money in this, though.
We asked Stephen about this the other night, and he basically gave the diplomatic answer, saying that, it's a long ways off. It's not something you got to put in front of your mind right now, and we'll see how it is. But he didn't commit one way or the other. He didn't say, well, I can't wait to go or anything like that. So we'll see where it goes with it.
It's not that long off. I mean, it's a month off.
It's a month. It's a month.
Weeks. I mean,
That's what I'm saying, the diplomatic answer.
I understand.
He didn't want to go one way or the other, though. And so to me, I think he's probably reluctant, too.
And if you have people like LeBron and Giannis and Steph saying
Harden,
we don't want to play James Harden as well, then how can you have a game without those stars?
Got to listen to those guys.
Unless the NBA finds him. Could they find him if guys make the All-Star team? And
that I don't know. I mean, I'd find it hard to believe that Michelle Roberts would go for that, but we'll see. I don't know.
All right. In any event, Steph Curry, either way, whether there's an All-Star game or not, he's going to be chosen a starting All-Star in the Western Conference. He and Luka are your starting backcourt. Did they put on a show tonight? Luka went for... This is the history of the NBA. Steph has done it 16 times. Add up the other guys, they've done it 12 times among 4. You got Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, and J.R. Smith, who, when he can get hot, Darrell, he can get hot. But is that amazing?
Yeah.
16 times he's done it. Everybody else combined in the history of the league, 12. So we're going to show you all 11 Steph threes tonight, D-Wright.
And I thought that's what right there got him going, that 4-point play.
Over Kristaps Porzingis, Monty. Got to get the loft on that one. The step back. Woo!
The thing about Steph, he can make it any kind of way you want it. Off the dribble, catch and shoot, corner three, top of the key. I mean, he can go all the way around.
And that right there was crazy.
Oh,
That's a good defender he just locked up, didn't he? Kleba! That's the logo shot, Darrell?
Logo, baby. That's the logo. That's probably my favorite one of the night for sure.
Wow. And then another one over Kleba. Steph Curry with 11 threes tonight on 19 3 attempts. So we were figuring it out. The year that he made the 402, he played exactly 80 games, Monty. So he made 5 a game. This year he's at 4.8 threes. So I ask you, is he playing, from what you've seen, is he playing the best basketball of his career when you look at the total game? And he does not have Harrison Barnes or a Kevin Durant or a Klay Thompson. So he's doing this with everybody else coming at him, all the opponents' defense just trying to slow him down as much as they can.
I think he's playing the best basketball of his career, hands down. The fact that he's going out there each and every night, taking the challenge, knowing his guys, his guy, Klay Thompson, is not out there. So he's taking that challenge every night where I'm going to go out there, I'm going to put on a show, and I know this team needs me every single night, and he's doing that.
Yeah, he had some games early in the season where his shot wasn't quite there. But the last, 12, 14 games, he's shooting, the numbers are really impressive. I mean, he's shooting well over 40% from 3, well over 50% from 2 overall, and he's shooting always 90% from the line. So he's putting up another 50, 40, 90 season right now.
Yeah, and it was January the 3rd that he went for 62 against Portland on that Sunday night. So look at the last month and what he has put together. So when Steph had that huge second quarter, he was 7 of 7 total, 5 of 5 on the 3 ball. In the quarter alone, he had 7 at the halftime. then we're starting to get into our video archives, and we're thinking,
And keep in
how
mind-
high is he going to go, Monty? Because the career for Steph, when he broke the record, it was that 13-3 game he had against Alvin Gentry on that Monday night against New Orleans, November the 7th of 2016. The beautiful thing about this, Darrell, the game before, Friday night at Staples, he did not make a single three to break that long streak. He had broken Kyle Korver's record. Then he comes out the next game, Monty. He goes from 0 to 13.
That's why, Bays was talking earlier about how you think he can go off any night. And I'm thinking, if he had a bad night before, really look out then.
That's what the great ones do, right?
That's what the great ones do. They
Somebody
have that
gonna pay.
mindset where they come back the next night and say, short-term
There he
memory.
goes.
Short-term
Here he
memory,
goes.
baby.
So those 2 games, he averaged 6.5 threes. 0 on Friday night, came back on Monday and made 13. For a little while, though, Monty, we were thinking of breaking out the headband.
Yeah.
And go headband Steph, because it was headband Clay 2 days before Halloween a few years ago, and Clay was there tonight. Remember, Clay was on the broadcast last week, and he said, Steph may break my record, or I could break my record again. But going into that game in Chicago, Monty, he got off to a terrible start, and then he went nuts and made 14 threes.
Well, the thing about Clay is that when he gets hot, I mean, it's insane because you get the feeling no matter where he shoots from, it's going to go in. Steph does the same thing. But I think Clay, when he gets on a roll, he may be even more, his shots are even crazier because it doesn't matter where he is. He just shoots. Steph, do that with Steph. The thing about Clay is that he doesn't need the ball. And it becomes this like, they all look the same almost. Give him the ball, he shoots. Give him the ball, he shoots. It's like he's practicing with himself. And so in that game, he got a rhythm going. When he gets a rhythm, look out.
Jason Richardson had the record here for a long time until you broke it.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
What'd you have, 8 in one game?
9.
9 in one game?
Yeah, but that got all smacked around before I got out.
How many times has Steph gone for 10? 16 times!
Well,
he broke your record 16 times over.
All bad.
What will be the ultimate record? Will it be Steph's? Will it be the San Antonio team that right now is 3 games over 500? We'll worry about that coming up. Let's head back to American Airlines Center. Check in with Stephen after his 8 50-point game and his 16-10 made 3 game. He went for 57 tonight on 11 threes. Let's get a reaction right now from Steph Curry.
Steve made a comment a few minutes ago that he thought this is as good as you've ever been. Do you agree?
I feel strong, like I got a good rhythm, and obviously coming off of last year, just enjoying being back out there and being healthy. So definitely feel, in control of my game. Learning with my team as we continue to try to get better and build some momentum this season. It's kind of a weird year, just, playing well. And, we're getting better as a team. Just, we got to get those wins stacked up, and then we can all feel a little bit better about ourselves.
Steph, you've always said that you feel like every shot you put up is going to go in. What's it like when you have one of these nights, and you had one against Portland a month ago, where almost every shot you do put up is going in?
It feels great. Especially when, depending on how the defense is guarding you, there's some tough looks, but for the most part, I was able to see where the help was coming from and where the screens are coming from and get to my spot. So, that always is a good feeling when you feel like, you're in rhythm, you just need a clean look and things are going to fall. But you're also able to just stay aggressive and not get taken out of that rhythm. So it was that type of night. And obviously want to get the win. It's kind of mixed feelings right now.
Steph, was getting physically stronger for you a priority after last year's broken hand and all that?
I've always been a late bloomer, so it's always been a goal every summer since I got into the league. So, you have to be able to take, match the physicality that's thrown at you. It helps to avoid injuries in certain situations, but with how I'm guarded, most nights, and when they put bigger defenders on me, being able to take those bumps and hits and still stay, on my lines when I'm driving, be able to, take that physical, defense off the ball as well, and still get to space and be able to shoot. And obviously defensively it helps as well. So it's always been a part of when I'm feeling, those gains over the summer for sure.
Steph, you actually broke a record tonight in the AAC with your point scoring tonight. The last person to do it was Dirk. His was 53. Obviously, yours was 57. I just want to get your opinion on that.
Did they win that game?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yes, but like I said, mixed feelings.
Thank you.
The very witty Mr. Drew Schiller, Steph Curry, a collaborative talent. For Grant Liftman, collaborative means produced or conducted by two or more parties working together. I'm not sure he would have gotten that, but we're going to bring in the outsiders. They join us now. You have to explain your tweet at some point, but is he playing, we were talking earlier, because he doesn't have Clay, doesn't have KD, doesn't have, we're going to the outsiders. Is he playing the best basketball of his career, would you say right now, Steph Curry, guys?
I would say that after his unanimous MVP season, this is the best I've seen him in terms of going up against the talent he is and the defenses being thrown at him, what he is doing. I think just altogether, the unanimous MVP season, it was just, I've never seen anything like it, but what he's doing right now, I also haven't seen anything like in a different way in which there is no Klay Thompson out there and he doesn't have Iguodala and those guys. He's kind of creating on his own.
Comparison is the thief of joy. I believe that's what Damian Lillard said at some point over the last couple of months during the whole Steph versus Dame comparisons.
I believe that's
I also don't even know if I said that quote correctly.
The collaborative talent or that?
No, just what
Can
Dame
you explain
said.
the collaborative talent, please?
Yeah, so remember a couple years ago when, we're not going to name names here, but a certain reporter who may have been covering the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Employed by ESPN.
Well, I'm not going to give that away. I'm not going to give that. Oh, what, Papa? What was that?
Excuse me.
Remember he sent out that tweet like late at night. It kind of snuck in there that Steph Curry is more of a collaborative talent in that he isn't like a franchise cornerstone.
He can't carry a team the same way as other guys.
Right.
Like LeBron, maybe?
LeBron, let's say. Yeah.
No.